Hi everyone, welcome now to part two. And we're basically talking about how you can hear God. Okay, and this is for every single person. So if you did not watch part one, please go back to it. You will see, I'll make it very easy. I'm going to frame everything because I think we're going to be talking on this for a bit of a while. So it will have the same cover, and I'll put part one, part two, part three, da 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 da. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how you will know that it's not God speaking to you. Okay, so I like to talk to people like, you are my friend, okay? Because it's just much easier for me to explain than for me to feel like, I'm talking to a stranger. I'm trying to, I have to personalize it genuinely, okay? Because I do care about you. So if we go off of that way, okay, so yesterday we basically learned about how you can know that it's the voice of God speaking to you, okay? So primarily in your life, you're going to hear the voice of yourself, the voice of God, and the voice of an enemy, or you call the devil, Satan, whatever you call him, okay? This life is spiritual. The quicker that you start to come to terms that your life is spiritual, the better it will be for you, okay? Now, so yesterday we basically went on the construct, right? Because we are doing back to basics. I'm gonna make it very simple for you. Okay. Yesterday we went to Galatians 5, verse 22, which told us about the fruit or the character of God. And that's how you can tell that this is the voice of God speaking to you, the voice of God leading you, the environment God wants you in. Why? Because you track the character where? In yourself. So when it is not the voice of God, I need you to understand some things, okay? So I want to just quickly give you the opposite of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control that we found in Galatians 5:22, okay? Because it's going to help you to track, but I'm going to make this make sense to you, okay? So here's the fruit of the Spirit. Here is the opposite of the enemy, okay? So this would be the fruit or the character of the enemy, which comes in hatred, sorrow, disease or discomfort, forcefulness, bad conduct or ill conduct, impatience, unkind, unfaithful, infidelity or compromise, or a glutton according to desire. Okay, so instead of love, we have hatred. Instead of joy, he will come with sorrow. Instead of peace, it will bring you dis-ease or it will bring you discomfort. Instead of gentleness, it will come with a forceful conduct. Instead of goodness, it will be of bad conduct or of ill conduct. Okay. Instead of patience, it will be impatient or rushing, okay? Instead of kindness, it will be unkind. Instead of faithfulness, it will be unfaithful or infidelity or compromise. And instead of self-control, it will be a glutton according to desire. So a glutton would be like you are indulging in greatness according to desire, okay? So this is how you're going to be able to track that an enemy is speaking to you. Now, we're going to go back, okay? So, person, environment, whatever it is before you, you're going to track how you are feeling in the situation. What's happening in your spirit? What's happening in your emotions? What's happening within your body? Because your body gives you signals for a reason. It's actually God's design, okay? So, if you start to feel fearful, if you start to feel like something is forcing you in a way that you feel is not right, I want you to know it's an enemy. Okay. But the thing that I need you to understand about the way that the enemy works, which I have a video on my YouTube, I'm going to put it down and you need to go and watch it. Okay. About demonic manipulation. Okay. Is the enemy is going to try and make it make sense to you. Okay. The enemy is going to try and make it make sense to you. So if the enemy is going to sway you in a way, he's going to make it make sense to your logic, which is why I told you in the first one that if you're going to walk with God, you need to kind of throw your logic away. Because if you bank on your logic, you're never going to walk according to God. Okay? I'm not saying that God is not trying to make things make sense to you. I'm just saying if you keep on banking on your logic, you're never going to walk in the will of the Father. Okay? So, with that being said, what I need you to understand is the enemy is always going to try and bring you away from the ways that are good and of the Lord. Always. Okay. And he might dress it up. And the reason why I'm telling you about logic is because the enemy is going to use data, according to you. Okay. He's going to use data. So I want to give you an example. Okay. You meet somebody. Okay. You immediately think, oh, okay, this I've heard people talking about this person, they're a really nice person. So you meet the person, but something in you is feeling uneasy. Something in you is like alerting you, like, this person is not good. And you might hear, stay away from them. Okay, or have a thought like, or this person is dangerous, or whatever it is, okay, or this person is going to ruin your finances, or this person is going to ruin your marriage. And you're like, where the heck did that come from? Well, that is the voice of God trying to warn you. Now, what happens is, what do we do? Okay, like I said, you're going to have yourself, God's voice, the enemy's voice. Okay, so you are the primary factor. So what's going to happen is you are now going to be, just a little bit hesitant, like, okay, that was weird. That was a bit strange. I don't understand this uncomfortable feeling I'm feeling, right? But you're going to listen to them and they're going to be speaking nice and they're going to show some kindness and, they're going to have all these things and you're going to logically say, there's nothing wrong with them. So then you'll sit with them for coffee, right? And you're still feeling uneasy. And let me tell you something, okay? You will feel uneasy only for a time, okay? Because what you will end up doing is tuning down the voice of God and allowing the enemy to be a familiar voice to you, okay? God is always on your side, is what I told you. God is always on your side. Okay, so this is just a very, very easy example. You don't need to make it make sense. It doesn't need to make sense to you. God sees ahead. God knows what the person is operating in because this life is spiritual. Okay, so how do you know if it is the voice of an enemy? I'll give you very quick examples. Okay, number one, it brings you fear. Okay, number two, it's very forceful, even when you are feeling fear. Okay, number three, it wants you to hide away from you being vulnerable. It takes you away from community, or it takes you away from being honest in the face of people, even in a weakness. Okay. Number four, it's angry, or it's a violent, or it's threatening. Okay. Number five, it makes you to be selfish, or it makes you to put yourself on a high seat. Okay. Number six, it will make you impatient and it will make you have a bitterness in your heart for no reason. No reason. Okay. Number seven, shame and condemnation. It will put you down. It will make you feel like you want to isolate and wallow in your sorrow. Okay. Number eight is going to be that it diminishes your character, or it diminishes who you are, and it makes you feel like you are excluded and like you never fit in. This is the voice, because the voice is always going to try and take you away from things that are good for you, and community is very good for you. Okay, so why do I also say the reason I put self-control glutton according to desire is because just because you feel like you have this idea that's going to make you successful doesn't mean that is the voice of God. Okay, because you have a desire, but your desire is unchecked. So another voice is going to come talk to you, and guess what? They're going to mask as a familiar voice because the familiarity is your desire. Okay, we will talk more about it, but at the very, very core, what I can tell you is that the enemy is going to come with hatred, sorrow, dis-ease or discomfort, forcefulness of bad conduct or ill conduct, making you want to go that way, impatient, unkind, unfaithful or infidelity or compromise, or glutton according to desire. It will come with fear. It will come with shame. It will come with forcefulness. It will come with threat or violence. It will come with sorrow. It will make you want to isolate. It will diminish your character, and it will take you away from people or any moral ethic. Okay, that is how you can know. And what are you going to do? You're going to track it on the inside of you. And the reason I was saying to you in the example is that you have a time period is because the voice of God sounds like unfamiliar but familiar. It has authority, whereas the enemy's voice sounds like suggestion. But it's suggestion according to logic. Okay, suggestion according to data, suggestion according to your trauma, because the enemy is trying to bank and move according to your fears and your traumas and circumstances that should not have been your circumstances. And God's trying to bring you forward. So track the character, track the fruit, Is the person, the circumstance, opportunity, whatever it is it making you want to isolate? Is it making you feel sorrowful? Is it making you feel uncomfortable, like you're in uncomfortable rooms, people are pushing you to say things you shouldn't say, or they're just like, oh, this person said this and you didn't even say it? Do you understand? God's not going to do that to you. God's not going to do that. Get away, because we like to stay comfortable. Get uncomfortable. Be comfortable in safety and uncomfortable in unsafety. Okay? So that is all I have for you. Follow me for part 3, because I'm going to then talk to you about how the enemy tries to keep you in the past. You try to keep yourself stagnant, and God is always trying to keep you forward. And it can happen at the same time. So we'll talk about it. Bye.